Welcome to the WIHS Journal. On the broadcast today, we'll learn all about the Master's School in Simsbury. On the broadcast with me today and in the studio was Dr. Deborah D. Bishop. She's the headmaster of the Master's School in Simsbury. And, we hear so much about different Christian schools, and we love to hear about schools that are implementing the values of Jesus Christ. And give us a background of you and how you got there and became the head of a school.
Yeah, so I have a long relationship with the school. The relationship began in 2001 when my husband and I enrolled our two sons in the school. I began working as an assistant teacher and then a teacher. Eventually, I became the lower school director, a K through 12 educational strategist. In 2016, I left the school and pursued a doctoral degree at Johns Hopkins University. When I came back, I worked at another private school for a short stint and then applied for the position as head of school.
Wow.
And I've been in place there for a year. I'm starting my second year.
Praise God for that. People hear about the Master's School. Do you know a background, maybe just kind of paint a picture for our listeners, the background of the Master's School?
Yeah, so the Master's School celebrated its 50-year jubilee a few years back. It was incorporated in 1970 and started out with a much smaller footprint. As it grew, the school was moved to its current location, a campus with 225 acres in West Simsbury, Connecticut. The campus is composed of 11 buildings. They're all barn-like structures. Simsbury Land Trust now holds a lot of the acreage. We still retain 76 acres. It's a very, very beautiful and magical location.
220 acres?
225 acres, yeah, wow. At one point, yeah. It's still, all of that acreage held by the Simsbury Land Trust will remain unused, and so we continue to be surrounded by forest land. So the campus includes wetlands, streams, fields, forested areas, and ponds, and we use those as outdoor classrooms for our younger students.
Wow, it sounds so serene. It is.
Yeah. Most people comment on how magical and beautiful it is when they come up.
Yeah. So tell us about the students. What kind of morale goes on with the students? I know that you start from K through 12, correct?
Actually, we serve students beginning 3-year-olds.
Okay.
And we also have a postgraduate year, so we can say that we serve students from pre-K 3 up through grade 13. Our students are very diverse. We have about 40% or approaching 40% non-white student body, so a large range of diversity. It's not uncommon for students to travel for 45 minutes to the school. We have students represented from 42 churches right now. In the past, we've had as many as 72 churches represented at the school. The morale at the school is amazing. Oftentimes, people, when they come to our school, comment that our students seem just a little bit younger, a beat younger than students in other schools. And that's because our students are allowed to be children and they're allowed to be playful. So our student body is playful. They have a lot of fun. They're joyful. They're social. We fall in love with every single one of them.
Yeah. I think about now how most children, technology has taken over. So when you're talking about playful and all that, what a great incentive to any parents who are listening saying, well, I'd like to have my child joyful and playful. So we know that technology has emerged and it's a different generation because of that. So, yeah. What kind of curriculum do you implement and do you teach to really highlight the Christian values? Yeah,
so we deliver excellent Christian education from a biblical worldview. So that means that all of our teachers are deeply committed Christians. They teach all subject matter from biblical worldview.
Tell us about a student or one student of a testimony who has gone through the Master's School and what they're doing now.
Yeah, so there are a couple of major themes of testimonies that we hear from kids and parents. One of the major themes, I encountered a young couple on campus and I introduced myself, and the young woman helped me to understand that she was a recent graduate of the Master's School. She was beautifully dressed and she was with a beautifully dressed young man. I walked up and shook their hand, introduced myself, and I had not met her before, but she was a recent graduate of the school, and she helped me to understand that at the school, she felt like her life had been transformed. She now gives a testimony that she is a deeply rooted Christian woman who is beginning her life with the young man who is her fiance, with God at the center of their marriage. And she is, because of excellent academic offerings and opportunities to imagine herself outside of the limitations of her life, that she had encountered mentors and guides who had exposed her to a career path that she didn't know existed. She went off to complete a rigorous college education and is a credentialed professional working in her dream job.
Oh, I love to hear that. Thank you so much for sharing that awesome testimony. So tell us about the admissions process. Is it always an ongoing mission of admissions?
We have rolling admissions. So the process includes making what we call an inquiry. So when you go to the website, there is a place to submit an inquiry. Once you submit the inquiry, we respond with an invitation to our portal. And through the portal, you can go through all the steps, including making an application. And our admissions team works with you to arrange for students to come in to complete the on-campus portions of the admissions process.
Yeah. Maybe describe what the day is like for students from the morning until the time they leave. Maybe just describe the day.
Yeah, so we have 4 different divisions. So we have a preschool division, a lower school division that goes from kindergarten through 5th grade. We have a middle school division, 6th through 8th, and an upper school division, 9th through grade 13. So for the preschoolers, it's really very interesting. We open the day, we give parents opportunities to purchase different programming to bundle the preschool program for their child. So they can begin the day in what we call as a school warm-up. So you can drop your preschooler off when you drop your older children off. And it's a quieter, slower start to the day, more intimate start to the day that lasts for about an hour. Then traditional preschool happens. Our preschool programming is stellar. We use guiding standards. We evaluate children using those guiding standards to understand their level of development, but also to inform instruction, where it's very in-depth. We evaluate preschool students on about 60 different points of development. After the traditional programming, parents can enroll their students in our outdoor programming, so outdoor classroom. So the outdoor classrooms happen in wetlands, streams, forests, fields, and pond areas. And students, it's really very hysterical. If you go to our website or to our Facebook page, you will see that students are out in every kind of weather. So having a really rarefied education that's very intentional there. We finish up, which includes music, movement, and art offerings. So preschool is amazing. For our lower school students organized in a very unique way. So we have specialists. Typically, elementary school teachers are generalists who teach all of the content area classes. Our lower school students leave the classroom every day for an hour to go to our math specialist. They leave the nest of their classroom twice a week for an hour to go to science, to art, to PE. Our lower school students have 2 different types of foundational music instruction. They have foundational music where they learn how to control their voice and their body, and they learn to read music. But they also have Suzuki music instruction.
Yeah. I love the analogies that you mentioned, like a kiss on the forehead and that God's dancing, just so awesome. I love to hear what you guys are doing there at the Master's School in Simsbury. Before we do close the broadcast today, why don't you tell our listeners how they can get in contact with you, or if they can even peruse the website?
Absolutely. So the website is very accessible. The website is www.masterschool.org. Master School, just one S in the middle, in between master and school. We're in West Simsbury, Connecticut. Our telephone number is 860-651-9361. Please give a call and ask for our admissions director, Dana Peters. We will be certain to get you a tour of the school and to answer any questions that you might have.
Once again on the broadcast with us was Dr. Deborah D. Bishop, the headmaster of the Master School in Simsbury. For more details about today's broadcast, you can give us a call at 860-346 888-1049. I'm Anissa Porticelli for News and Public Affairs.